When a society falls apart, either because of war or because of economic downturn, and with the United States it's the latter, and in Europe it's in latter, the breakdown of the economy since 2008 and the big crash. When that happens, people are frightened, and for good reason, and they feel their economic security is threatened, and for good reason it is. And as that happens, frightened people, worried, look for something to help them. And here's a way at that moment that they can go. They don't have to, but they can, especially if pushed by politicians who see a career here. They can decide that they will be safer if they stop being part of the larger society and start becoming more actively part of a smaller society and make sure it's taken care of. So where before you might be an American, part of a diverse, multicultural society, you get frightened that that identity you had wasn't secure. So you better hunker down and be a white person or a Christian person or a Southern person. You look for other identities, and you can be shifted from being an inclusive person who welcomes all the others in the community to becoming an exclusive person who sees others in the community as competitors in a society that's falling apart. You can become very angry that those other people seem to be getting preferences you're being denied. If you're white, you think black people get a preference. If you're a native born, you think an immigrant. Even if your grandfather or your parents were immigrants, suddenly the immigrant isn't the hero who makes America great, becomes the threat to your own well-being. That's what the immigration issue was. It was, and it is, an effort to tell the American people being squeezed by big business that their problem isn't the squeezing by big business. It's actually the competition for the crumbs that remain from others against whom they should turn. That's why they should close the border. That's why they should be hostile. They should get angry at Democrats who are portrayed as the people who, in exchange for votes, will let these other people in who will be given advantages that hurt you. This kind of setting of people against one another has a fundamental purpose: to keep people away from facing the economic system that isn't working, to find a solution that hurts others like you rather than changes the system that hurts us all. Elections in politically complicated societies like ours are as important for what they don't put forward as for what they do. Our elections do not put forward the economic crisis and the breaking apart of a traditional capitalism that is our problem. They focus us instead on gun control, on immigrants, on a variety of issues that they hope will distract us from the big economic questions that are our problem. Politics and economics are complicated, interactive systems. We shouldn't be fooled into imagining that because of what we vote, we are actually able to control our society.